Amen. Okay, again, good morning, class. Before anything else, allow me to introduce myself. By the way, I am one of your English teacher for today. I am teacher Febeline M. and you can call me teacher Feby. And later on, you will also encounter some of your English teachers that will discuss to you different topics about English subject. And for now, how are you, class? Do you feel great? Do you feel good? How are you, class? Okay, so by the way, who is your class monitor here? Yes? Okay, class monitor, can you please list down the absent for today? And later on, after our lessons, you will submit to me your class attendance. Okay? So for now, I'm going to present to you the lesson objectives. So class, please read our lesson objectives. Okay, thank you everyone for your day. So right now, before we proceed to our lesson proper, we're going to watch a video. So this video is from YouTube, and this video is related to the topic that we have. And this video is about a man having a speech because he is running for government's position. So I want you all to watch and listen attentively because later on I'm going to ask you something. So please list down the following mistakes that a man committed in the video. Okay? So I'm going to play it. For now, because our video is already finished, like what I said earlier, what kind or what mistakes did you observe throughout the video? Yes. Yes? Okay, so what did you observe in the first sentence here? Okay, so can you please correct the first sentence here? Yes, so what you said is correct. It's supposedly we are a big family and see, I am ready for when investors from Europe, America, and everywhere else come to my country. Okay, very good. So let's give a hand to her. Okay, so let's proceed to the sentence number 2. Yes. Can you please determine what mistake did a man committed in sentence number 2? Yes. Yes. Can you please correct it as well? Okay. So what you said is correct. It's supposedly I am ready. I have the imagination. I have the mindset, and I have everything within myself. So very good. Okay, so let's go back to the third sentence. Everyone, please read. Okay, so right now, who wants to determine what is the mistake in sentence number 3? Okay, yes. Yes. Can you please determine what is the mistake in sentence number 2? Okay, so can you please correct it as well? Okay, so let's check if your answer is correct. So the correct answer in sentence number 3 is Allah has blessed me greatly, and we have the glory as a family. As a family in this city, we look forward to a glorious and bright future. So everyone, thank you for your cooperation. Did you learn something from it, class? Okay, so for now, I'm going to give the momentum to your next English teacher.
Okay, good morning everyone. I am your teacher and I am Mr. Dansmar Francisco. So this morning, we will be having our next activity, but this activity should be done collaboratively since this is a group activity. But before that, let me first divide you into three groups. So this group is a group one, this group is a group two, and the people sitting at the back will be the group number three. And now to touch the learning, we will be reading the story entitled My Brother's Peculiar Chicken by Alejandro Roses. But the story that we will be reading is the shortened version or the revised version of the story, since the original version is a bit long for you to analyze. Here is our instruction. So after reading the story, you can take note of the errors that you find in the text. For example, errors in subject, verb, agreement, and capital letters. And each group will be given a script consisting one paragraph of story. So for the group number one, you will be analyzing the first paragraph, and also for group number two, the second paragraph, and for group number three, the third paragraph. So we now start analyzing the text. Okay, thank you everyone for presenting your work here in class. So after reading the story, what have you noticed in the text? Did you notice something in the text? Or do you think the story follows the correct subject verb agreement? Okay, does anyone here wants to answer? Okay, Mr. Dalacruz, you are raising your hand. Okay, Mr. Dalacruz, your answer is correct. And everyone, please give yourselves a round of applause for doing a job well done in our activity.
Good morning, everyone. Did you enjoy our previous activity? Okay, very good. Now let us proceed to our new topic. But before that, allow me first to introduce myself to you as your new English teacher today. So I am April Blanco, and today I will discuss to you about the tree diagram. Here, have the idea of what is a tree diagram is? Yes, miss, please state your answer. Okay, very good. So the tree diagram is a tool for analyzing our sentences and to correct which and what is the use of the certain phrases, clauses, and verb. For I have some questions later after our discussion.
To perform a tree diagram, first you have to analyze our sentence. We have here our first sentence. Risa bought a blue watch. So as you can see, this sentence consists of a noun phrase, which is Risa, and bought a blue watch, which is our verb phrase. Now, to perform a tree diagram in this sentence, our sentence will be divided into two elements, the noun phrase and the verb phrase. Now, in our noun phrase, this consists of noun, which is Risa. That's all for our noun phrase. And then if you can see here in our verb phrase consists of another two elements, which is our main verb, which is the both, and another noun phrase, which consists of the phrase a blue watch. Now, this noun phrase, we have to be specific with this one. So our noun phrase consists of three elements, which is our determiner, the a, and to be specific, it is an article type of determiner. And then in our adjective is the word blue. And then lastly, our noun, which is the word watch. So this is how you diagram a sentence using the tree diagram. So this will help you to understand and analyze your grammar and evaluate if you did a good job. So I have here another sentence. He went to the market yesterday. As you can see, our sentence consists of two main elements. our noun phrase, and then our verb phrase. Now, since our noun phrase only consists of the pronoun he, we don't have to go to such extent to break that down pa. Now let us focus on our verb phrase. So as you can see, our verb phrase here consists of three main elements. Our main verb, which is the went, our prepositional phrase, which is the to the market, and our adverb phrase, which is the yesterday. Now, in our prepositional phrase, we have here two elements, and that is our preposition, which is the to, and our noun phrase, we have our determiner, the article the, and lastly, our noun, which is the market. So this is how you use tree diagramming in checking our subject-verb agreement. So this will help you to analyze and correct your grammars and do a better performance in speeches or even written works.
So to continue our discussion about the subject-verb agreement rules, let us have Miss Christy Blanco as our next supporter of our next topic.
Thank you, Miss April. Good day, everyone. I am Christy Blanco, your fourth teacher for today. And now we will proceed with our discussion about the rules of subject-verb agreement.
For the next rule, it states that when both subjects are connected by or and nor are singular, the verb should be singular. Conversely, when both subjects are plural, the verb should be plural. For example, an athlete or a singer practices regularly. Another example is that sodas or juices sell well in the summer. So we have here our first example with its diagram, and here is our second example with its diagram. For the next rule, when using either or neither nor, the subject closer to the verb determines the verb's form. For example, either Mark or the class representatives are going to the meeting. Another example, neither the singers nor their trainer is going to perform later. So we have here our first example with its diagram. And then here is our second example with its diagram. For the next rule, when a compound subject is joined by end, the verb used is typically plural. For example, Andres and his brothers are going to the basketball court. Another example, the flowers and the trees sway with the wind. However, a compound subject joined by end may take a singular verb when the subject joined are considered a combination or a pair. For example, rice and fish is Jose's favorite breakfast. Another, bacon and egg is a staple American breakfast meal. So here is the first example with its tree diagram. And here is the second example with its tree diagram. For this rule, these intervening phrases includes prepositional phrases, participial phrases, and many more that are found between the subject and the verb. And according to the rule, it will not affect the verb in the sentence. The verb must still agree with the subject. For example, the leader of the protesters raises his arm. Another example that we have is the actress signing autographs has won 2 awards. So here is a diagram of the first example, and here is a diagram of the second example.
And now we will have Ms. Michelle Escobanes to discuss the last rule of subject-verb agreement.
Good day everyone, I am Michelle Escobanes and I will be discussing the last rule of subject-verb agreement.
The next rule that we have here is about indefinite pronouns. This kind of pronoun refers to a non-specific nouns like one, most, anybody, anyone, everybody, some, all, and many more. There are two forms of indefinite pronoun. which is the singular and the plural form. In singular indefinite pronoun, these are like the one, anybody, anyone, someone, something, and each. And in plural form, we have the both, few, many, and several. The rules in indefinite pronouns usually follows if the indefinite pronouns is in singular or plural form. Like if the indefinite pronoun in the sentence is in singular form, the verb will also follow and will also use a singular verb. For our first example, we have to identify first the noun phrase and the verb phrase. For the noun phrase, we have one of the brothers, and for the verb phrase, we have is with Manila Railroad Company. And under the noun phrase, we have the noun, which is one, and the prepositional phrase, which starts from of the brothers. In the prepositional phrase, we have the preposition which is of, and under the prepositional phrase, we also have the noun, again the noun phrase, which starts from the determiner, which is the, and the brother, and the noun, which is the brother. And under the verb phrase, we have the verb and the prepositional phrase. And under the prepositional phrase, we have the preposition, which is in the sentence is with, and the noun phrase, another noun phrase, which consists of nouns, which is the Manila Railroad Company, which are all nouns. Okay, that's all. We have here another example. In this sentence, the indefinite pronoun is in its plural form. So the verb that we use here is also in its plural form. For plural indefinite pronouns, I have here an example. Of course, first we have to identify our noun phrase and our verb phrase. Our noun phrase, which is the both of the canes, and for our verb phrase, we have the are clean. Then under the noun phrase, we have the noun and the prepositional phrase. Of course, for our noun, we have here the both. And in our prepositional phrase, we have the preposition and the NP again. Under the preposition, we have the of. And under the noun phrase, we have the determiner, which is the and the noun, which is the canes. Of course, under the verb phrase, we have the verb and the AP, which stands for adjective phrase. And under the adjective phrase, we have the adjective, which is clean, is the word clean.
That's all for the rules of subject-verb agreement. And now we'll move on to our activity, which is the headline analyzing. Okay. Everyone, please read our steps in doing this. To further assess your understanding to our topic, let us have a short quiz that will be facilitated by Teacher Dan.
Thank you, Ms. Ascobanas. But before we end our class, may I request everyone to please get a one-half piece of paper for we are going to diagram these 5 sentences. And all you have to do is to choose the appropriate verb tense and construct a syntactic tree diagram for each sentence. And for the second part of our quiz, give at least 5 verbs and use it in a sentence using subject-verb agreement. Okay? Is everybody done answering our quiz? If yes, you may now pass your papers in the ground. For your assignment, you will read and research about types of cohesive devices and its examples. Okay, everyone? Thank you for participating in our class this morning.